So I was finally able to get one of these Harbor Freight TLR1 knockoffs. It's the BRAUN 1000 lumens tactical rail mounted LED light, and they're 50 bucks at Harbor Freight. I would tell you, if you're trying to get one, check online to see if they actually have it at that store before you make the trip to the store to get one. I wasted a lot of time trying to get one of these because these were getting crazy views on YouTube and I wanted to capitalize on that. I'm probably too late now, but I still wanted to get one because I see some other uses for it outside of just getting views. I think there's some practical purposes that we could own one of these, even if you have a bunch of nice weapon mount lights already. Now, one of the things I'm most excited for with this light is the fact that there are people who are now going to be exposed to the idea of, I need to have a light with my gun, who did not consider that before because, either they have never seen that idea or they've heard about that idea, but like they aren't really searching for the best gear and stuff like that, but they walk into Harbor Freight to get something else and they see this there in the aisle for 50 bucks and go, well, why not? Why don't I just go ahead and get that? And then they'll start going on the rabbit hole of weapon mounted lights and handheld lights and stuff like that. And now they're going to take the idea seriously that they need to be able to see in the dark during a gunfight. And it potentially will get a lot more targets positively identified, which will save lives. So I'm happy that Harbor Freight did that. Now, for someone like myself or my students or the other guys that I go take classes with, why would we want something like this? Well, I think number one, force on force. It could be a great idea to have one of these that you put on the gun instead of the expensive light or the real light that you normally use. That way, if this thing gets destroyed, not a big deal. You can also get a protection plan. The light itself is like 50 bucks, but then with a protection plan and tax, I think it was like 65, but I'm not gonna look at the receipt. It wasn't that much. And if you break it, you've still got your normal light. The other thing is that when you go to the range, if you have to shoot your carry gun that you normally have your weapon mounted light on, you could swap this out now. So if you rock a TLR1, you could put on this Harbor Freight knockoff and shoot at the range with this, and you're not gonna put as much mileage on your weapon mounted light. So for myself, I've broken an X300. I broke the glass in the front simply by shooting my gun a whole really lot. So I think that's a really good idea. I've got one friend, when he goes to range, because he carries a Glock 17 red dot and then a X300, he swaps X300s when he's at the range so that he doesn't break his normal carry light. That also will keep the glass on the front of the lens of the light clean. So I think that's a good idea right there. And the other thing to consider too is like, maybe you have extra guns in your home defense plan, right? And you just want to make sure that there is a light on there, but you don't want to go spend 130, 150 bucks per gun to make sure they all have lights. That's one way where these Chinesium lights make a lot of sense to own, because like if you're buying X300s, if you get a sweet deal, it's like 270 bucks. And if you're buying Streamlight, it's like 150 bucks per light per gun, where this is only 50 bucks. So this could be your refrigerator gun, your shower gun, or your even better shitter blaster, whatever you got going on where you have different guns in your home defense plan. Hopefully they're not easily accessible to criminals, however you're going about that. But you could definitely have a light with that gun. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. And, I'm glad Harbor Freight came out with this, and I'm excited to test it. Now, again, I plan on putting some mileage on the light to test it just through normal range use by shooting a gun with this light mounted to it. But I also plan on torture testing it and seeing how well it holds up. So I'm interested in your guys' ideas as far as what I should do to do my torture test. Is there anything that you think makes sense to see outside of, like, you know, dragging behind a car and running it over and stuff like that? Like things that maybe I'm not going to think of that could matter that you thought of that I could put in the video. So just go ahead and let me know. Overall, messing with the light, I think it's pretty sweet. As far as, you know, the controls work, it does have that thing that I don't like with Streamlights where when you do the momentary twice, it goes to strobe. I don't like that, but, you know, that's just the way they are. And it's kind of a thing where if you're going to a TLR1 style light, you just got to deal with it. But yeah, the controls are the same. So left side down, it's momentary. And if you double tap, then it's strobe. And then if you go on the right side down, then it's constant on. And then you can just flip everything I said around. And it's also true as far as left and right, but switch it to up. Locking up to the gun, not too bad. Actually, like at first it seemed like it was loose, but I just took and tightened that that screw down a little bit more, and now it's really tight. So I'm interested in seeing if that stays tight as I shoot the gun, or if I'd have to Loctite the screw on the other side. But yeah, overall, man, I don't really see anything wrong with it. I'm excited to test it, and honestly, I think a lot of the Chinese lights that are coming out are pretty damn good. Not the best, but like, think about 20 years ago, what did you get for a flashlight for the same price compared to now? They've gone pretty good. You could also consider that with red dots. Like Sealy optics are what I've been using for my train guns for red dots, and hey, they've done pretty damn good. So anyways, that's it. Like I said, let me know what you want to see in the torture tests. Let me know what you guys think about this BRAUN weapon mounted light. Keep fighting communism. Kill all pedophiles. And remember that training saves lives.